Welcome back to the Deck Bros podcast. It's your boy Master Damien,
This is Robbie Ray.
and on this episode, this is the first time I think we talk about anything fighting related, unless you want to talk about Batman. We count Batman as that.
Bro, imagine if Batman. Hear me out. this. What if Batman was in the UFC? Yo, that
And he showed up in his whole unit, like his whole Batman like suit, like
no, you can't do that because Deontay Wilder did that, and then his legs got weak. Like he got tired because he was
but he's
had all that
Batman.
weight. I'm just saying,
This is Batman.
Batman gets tired too.
Okay.
You think my boy's gonna like? But think about it. Like he's not. He doesn't go 5 rounds.
No, he goes
Five
all
minute
night.
rounds.
He goes all night,
No, but he's
every
not
night.
constantly fighting. He's
He
not
goes all
constantly
night,
fighting.
every night.
He's not
And then when he gets
like
home, he keeps going. If you know what I mean.
wh- who? Alfred? What's going on? Oh, Robin?
My man's a bachelor
You mean
for a
Robin?
reason.
Boy Wonder?
My boy's a bachelor, but you know,
You mean? Oh, I feel it. You mean it with what's her face?
Catwoman.
Zoe Kravitz.
So Robbie Ray's in love. Robbie Ray is in love with Zoe Kravitz.
Ah, if only.
If
If
only.
only. So if you listen to this, we belong together, girl. I'm just letting you know right now.
There you have it. If you ever hear this,
I could be your Batman.
give my man a call. Slide in the DMs. Not to be confused with MLB pitcher Robbie Ray.
It's 424 555 2769.
I hope that's not somebody's actual number, dude.
No, it's 555, bro.
Imagine.
No, it's not. All 555 numbers are fake.
Um,
You know, I was about to go wild to put my phone number on here, but I didn't want my phone blowing up.
I
'Cause it's
mean,
just
but
like Batman. I myself am a $1 billion bachelor as well.
yes, indeed you are, sir. You're the bachelor we all been looking for. But this is the first time we talk about anything fighting related: boxing, UFC, wrestling. Um,
Very true.
WrestleMania just ended yesterday.
I know.
Amazing.
I was gonna ask you if you wanted to talk about it.
We can get into that later.
Hall of Fame and all
Oh
that.
boy,
We could do another episode.
yeah,
Whoa, tears,
tears.
tears.
But we're talking UFC. Big fight this
Okay.
weekend. Big card. We've been
Oh, monster card,
we've
dude.
been
We've been talking this for
we've been talking
months.
about this since we were months. Yeah, probably since what? Since they announced it, really.
Yeah.
The big card. I mean, we were definitely talking about it a month ago when we were watching the what fight was that we were at watching?
Adesanya.
Adesanya? No, the one after that one.
Uh.
The friends, Covington,
Oh yeah.
Covington and Masvidal.
Yes, sir.
We were talking about that card the whole night after
Yep.
that. Even during that card, that fight, we
Yeah.
were talking about that card. That's how big this card is.
Yeah. And how sucky
Double,
that fight was.
double co-main event. You know, co-main event.
Always, dude. Always love those.
Yeah.
I feel like with UFC, you get your money's worth,
Oh
bro.
yeah,
Like
definitely.
so much more than boxing.
I
Because
mean, you
boxing,
get 5 matches. You get like 5 good matches. Like you're seeing something. You're
yeah,
gonna see something crazy. And one
up
of
down.
those.
Then you got all the preliminary,
Yeah, it's like that's like an
all
all
the
day thing too. Like um,
yeah. Because the early prelims start at like
to what 2 or 3?
like sometimes noon,
Yeah,
but they start 3 p.m. Yeah, so 3, and then prelims start at 5, and then main card starts at 7. So 2 hours, 2 hours, like 2 hours.
yeah.
We're
So
solid.
I mean, yeah. I mean, where do you want to start? I mean, this card is
Um,
loaded. It's obviously the co-main event. You got Alexander Volkanovski versus Korean Zombie, and then you got the other co-main event,
and you got the rematch.
the rematch: Aljamain
I mean,
Sterling and Peter
I,
Yan.
I yeah, I was gonna start with I mean, we could just start with talking about obviously Sterling and Jan. I think. I mean, you still got Gilbert Burns and
And
uh
in
Chim
Kamizan
yeah,
Shimichi. I can't pronounce that last name.
but I know he's part of
He's
um
the what's his face's guy, right? Um, why can't
yeah,
what's
you know who you're talking about.
Khabib?
Yep,
Yeah.
Khabib's team,
And
which
the last time
everybody on everybody is on Khabib's team. They're
the
just fucking monsters.
this
They're
guy, if
taking
I
over, dude.
yeah, that guy is a I think I remember seeing his last fight, and he
It's
dominated
him,
that guy.
this guy, and then there's another one. There's like two more, and they're just dominating.
You know, yeah,
Like they're just as far as wrestling's concerned, they just dominate. But
yeah,
you also got Gilbert Burns, which is going to be a great fight as well
yeah.
because obviously he um unfortunately just lost against um fucking what's his face? Um God damn it.
Usman.
Uh yeah. So I mean he's trying to get back to that fight, which I mean I just don't think anyone's gonna take out Usman because I think Gilbert Burns was the closest one and that boy got destroyed. So but still gonna be a great fight. So I'm excited for that one as well. And then obviously if Gilbert wins this one, he's gonna get another title shot. So that'll be solid. But let's go ahead and just do the co-main event. Sterling versus Jan. Um,
Oh,
which there's a whole backstory to this one,
yeah,
basically. You
yeah, there
know.
is. You want to
Um,
explain to those fans or people that maybe that don't know
forgot
UFC
or
or
didn't watch
forgot
it.
or didn't watch
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
So Jan was the champion. Sterling is now the champion because of their last fight, where what I believe Jan got disqualified
Yep.
and therefore had to they took his belt away and Sterling won it based off of disqualification. So, um, which there, I mean, when it first happened, there was a lot of back and forth. People thought that it was bullshit. People thought that it was unfair. For the most part, I mean, I don't think that you. So that's the thing, right? Is like if you get disqualified, do you think that you should have to give up your belt,
Hmm.
or is it like does it depend on what it is?
I think it just depends on the type of disqualification.
Because this one was pretty bad.
Yeah. You know, um, sorry, my sister walked in. Um,
Hello.
yeah, she's gone now. I don't know, because I think about WWE, and obviously WWE is what WWE is, right?
Yeah.
But the title cannot change on a DQ.
Right.
So, like, if the champion wins or loses on a DQ, he can't lose his title. They can't lose, or he or she can't lose their title.
Right. And that's what I thought too.
But I mean, I guess it just depends. I mean, because WWE is like just I mean, it's different. Somebody can come in and help and then hit the other guy, and you lose like that. So like it's like, all right, I didn't really lose my belt. This guy fucked it up for me.
Right.
But like in
Exactly.
UFC, it's
But
kind of like if you get DQ'd, it's because you fucked up.
right.
So I
But yet again, like I so that's the only thing is like I understand that, but so many things happen, that you could get disqualified for. But
Yeah,
well, actually, so that's the thing, right? Is like yes and no, I guess, right? Because like obviously, if you get, it's not like accidental,
yeah,
right? So like if you hit him in the back of the head, like accidentally or something like that, then it's
yeah,
not a disqualification, but they just I don't know what they do, but it's just like a no contest or whatever, right?
yeah,
Um, but so I mean, unfortunately, Jan got disqualified, kneeing Sterling in the head when he had his knee down. Which, if you go back, like there's a lot of people saying like, well, it looked like he was going to get up, like blah blah blah,
definitely a lot of controversy.
Yeah, super controversial. Like people thought that Sterling was faking it, like he wasn't really as injured as he was, because like he kind of blocked it, and then like the knee didn't look as clean to some people. Um, which to me, I just thought like you get kneed in the head, like even if you may be okay, like you're already compromised, bro. Like
Yeah,
like there's no you don't know exactly how he felt, how his legs were after, how that really affected him. And, you know, um, if you're a got, your bell rung, and I don't think you want to continue fighting because you don't know how you're going to be able to handle it,
yeah,
right? So people really thought that Sterling should have kept on fighting or could have kept on fighting. I say no. He was compromised. It was probably good for his corner to step in and probably him to not fight. He didn't look good. It looked like he might have been telling it. People thought so, but I mean, for the most part, my boy got hit. He got kneed in the head,
yeah,
So you don't know how that's going to affect anybody, right? And then from there, disqualification. Jan had to give his belt up, which made Sterling the champion. That's where we're at. The controversy is people don't believe that Sterling actually was winning the fight, and Jan was actually leading the fight on two scorecards at the time of the disqualification. So one judge had Sterling winning, and two had Jan winning. So it was still a close fight, but at the time, Jan did look like he was on the verge of taking control of the fight. Not dominating, but he looked like he was going to start kind of taking control. And it wasn't looking good for Sterling. So that's where we're at. That's a controversy, all that stuff that's happening. And now we get to see them fight again, for real this time. Or not for real, but hopefully actually get, a
whoa,
decisive win
yeah.
and who earns it. So, thoughts. What do you think? I mean, based off the last fight, based off of stuff now. I mean,
Based off to you know, both guys are great fighters. You um, I'm not. I feel like I feel like if it's a DQ, there should be like I feel like you should lose the belt, but the other guy shouldn't get it.
oh, so you like it should be
Just be
oh,
vacated in another
yeah,
guy.
like it's a vacant
Yeah,
belt, and then
vacant
that's
belt.
when they do like the like interim and like
Yeah,
all that stuff, right? And they have like the rankings and
yeah,
like that's
and
what happened when John Jones lost his belt,
yeah,
and then they had to do that
yeah.
when he
So
like
yeah,
um
I feel like if in UFC, like if you get DQ'd and you're the champ, like you should lose your belt, because obviously you did something illegal, and in a sense you kind of like lost, you know, because
but
you did something
yeah,
illegal. But I
I
feel
agree
like
with you on that one.
I feel like you shouldn't. The guy that fought shouldn't win the belt because
Hmm.
he technically didn't win, You know, as much as I love Sterling,
Right.
you know, he's one of my favorite fighters in UFC.
Hmm.
Um, I feel like in under those circumstances, uh, I I wouldn't, you know, want to. Me personally, I wouldn't want to be champion
Right.
based off that,
And
based
it
off
didn't look
something
like
like
he was excited about it.
yeah,
You know, obviously he didn't want to get the belt that way
yeah,
either. So, but that brings us to where we're at right now.
yeah.
And Sterling's 20-3, Jan is 16-2. Um,
This is a tough one for me.
United States, Russia, both 5'7", both weighing in at 135. Reach, Sterling has 4-inch reach advantage, and leg reach, 1-inch leg reach advantage.
Excuse me.
So I mean,
This is a tough
I'm
one.
excited.
I'm
Yeah,
excited. I'm excited
I'm
to watch.
excited. I mean, for the most part,
It's
it's
50.
gonna
It's
be,
a 50-50 fight for me.
yeah. For me, it's really gonna depend on the grappling and then also the strike. Like
Yeah.
if Jan's able to go ahead and you know dominate with his wrestling, which I mean, Sterling's not no slouch when it comes to, submissions and also grappling and everything like that. It's just that Jan's a lot better at him when it comes to wrestling, right?
Yeah.
If we look at the grappling, right, so they both average pretty similar takedown averages for this is per 15 minutes, so per 3 round fight. 1.77 for Sterling, 1.75 for Jan. Takedown accuracy is completely skewed towards Jan, so 24% for Sterling, 61 for Jan. Takedown defense, another one where it's skewed towards Jan. It's 41 for Sterling, 89 for Jan, and then which is weird, but it kind of makes sense. When it comes to Jan strictly just wrestling, takedowns and um, just kind of controls the fight through that, right? But submissions, Sterling's actually averaging almost one submission per 15 minutes. Jan is only averaging 0.22. So um, there's a huge difference there. So um, it just kind of shows that Jan's really, really good at controlling the fight with his wrestling. But as far as submissions are concerned, not so much. So that allows, even if Sterling gets taken to the ground, there is still a pretty good chance that he could work his way towards a submission, even though Jan might be the better wrestler.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I would say striking. I would probably give it um, to Sterling. I think he's probably the better striker. Um, athletic, all that stuff. And for the most part, I would say the overall well-rounded fighter out of the two.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. I don't know. Biggest thing I think is one Sterling. This is gonna be Sterling's first fight, right?
I believe so.
Since that incident,
Hmm.
and then
Jan did get another
he
fight.
did get another fight, and he won. What was it like?
Hmm.
I think like Octoberish.
Yeah.
It's tough. I'm be rooting for Sterling just because I'm a
Yeah,
fan. I'm a fan. I'm a
for
fan of
sure.
the guy. I'm a fan of the guy. But something tells me that Peter Yan's gonna come out with the win.
Hmm.
But I'll definitely be pulling for Sterling. I hope he wins. Hopefully he gets that satisfaction that he wants. That he,
Hmm.
of winning the championship and being the champion. Um, Maybe if he beats him, he'll feel like he actually earned it this time. Like you said, he didn't look too excited about it.
Yeah,
It's kind of like, yeah, I won it, but it's like,
yeah,
So, but definitely,
for sure. And then also just KO percentages. Sterling is 10%, Jan is 47, so that's pretty surprising. Submissions, obviously 40% of his wins by submission for Sterling, 7% for Jan. And then decision 50% and 47%. So, um, it could go the distance. It could go by submission. It looks like it's either for Jan, it's going to be knockout or decision. And for Sterling, it's going to be submission or decision. So that's about what 90% chance that it's going to be submission or decision for Sterling, and then um, 94% chance that's either going to be knockout or decision for Jan. So we could be looking at something that's going to be going the distance and more a defensive fight than someone getting knocked out or something like that, right?
yeah,
Um, so, but I mean, exciting. I think I am also going Sterling. I mean, I don't. It's not that I don't like Jan, but I just think as far as Sterling, he's a lot more fun to watch, man.
yeah,
I like his. I just like his personality. I like what he brings to the UFC. Um, and for me, I don't know. I seem to enjoy him or watching him fight a lot more. So we'll see, man. I mean, it's definitely an exciting match. I'm excited to see what actually happens this time. Hopefully, no more disqualifications. I think Jan deserves a chance to try to get his belt back. I don't think he should have gave it up in the first place, but it is what it is.
it
So,
is what it is.
and then we have the
Main
other
event:
co-main events. Um,
Alexander Volkanovski.
versus the Korean Zombie, which is actually kind of cool. His his fight name is the Great.
All
So
right.
the Great Alexander or Alexander the Great. I love it. That's actually awesome. Um, but I mean, this one's intriguing. This one's interesting. Um, you know, you have Alexander 23-1. The Korean Zombie is 17-6. They both have won, their past fights. Australia versus South Korea, 5-6, 5-7. Um, reach is practically the same, 71.5, 72. Leg reach, 36, 38.5. And um, for the most part, I mean, pretty well rounded. Um, with the wins buys, their KOs are 48% for Alexander, 35 for Korean Zombie. Submissions, 47 for Korean Zombie, 13 for Alexander. And for the most part, they don't really go to the decision. So I'm not expecting this to go to the judges, which I always like because I think, you know, boxing is always when it goes to the judges, it doesn't always look pretty. And the times that with the UFC that it has gone to the judges, there's been some times that it hasn't looked pretty as well. So, um, I mean, what are you thinking? Who you got winning this one?
I don't know, cause you can go based off of like common opponents,
Hmm.
which recently Volkanovski has beat Brian Ortega, which Korean Zombie lost to 2 years ago.
Hmm.
So you kind of but each fight is different because different styles,
Right.
different Just there's just this different style of fighting. Can play into the factor, but I don't see Volkanovski losing this fight.
Yeah, me neither.
I can't see him losing this fight. I feel like it's gonna be a good fight. Like I said, I hope it doesn't. Like you said, I hope it's decided in the ring,
Hmm.
whether it be
In the
KO
octagon.
in the octagon. Whether it be in a KO or submission or whatever. I
Hmm.
don't want it to go 5 rounds.
Definitely not.
I don't want it to go the full. I mean, if it's gonna go five, somebody better get knocked out in the fifth or tap out in the fifth.
Well, so that's my thing is if it goes to the judges, I got Alexander winning it.
Yeah,
You know, I think Kuriozami he definitely doesn't win on the scorecards. That's not his fight style. If you've seen him fight, he takes a pretty crazy amount of punishment.
yeah.
Um, and that's partly why they give him the name. So, um, would I like to see an upset? That would be awesome.
It's fun now.
You
Everyone loves
know,
seeing the upsets. I mean,
I love seeing the upsets.
that's my
But
boys at St.
um,
Peter's, man. I was rooting for y'all to win it all.
yeah, no, but yeah, I got Alexander winning this one. I mean, what are you thinking as far as? I mean, I so as far as when it comes to the UFC, right? I mean, it's completely taking over the fight game. Honestly, I mean, I rarely watch boxing anymore.
Yeah, I really only watch boxing if I know the fighters. I mean,
Yeah, if it's a big fight and it's
yeah,
actually something that I want to watch, like the only fighters I really watch anymore is like Bud Crawford, Canelo,
yeah,
and uh, and I think what's his name? Um, like Lomachenko and everybody like that, like people that actually put on a show.
yeah.
Right. When it comes to UFC, man, like I said, there's so many good fights. There's so many like even if it's not a main event, it's
Or a big
always
name guy, There's somebody
yeah,
always there that it's
right.
exciting to watch.
Hmm. Like it could be a guy with four fights, five fights. Like it's always going to be entertaining.
Yeah,
There's always like you said, it really goes to the judges, and I think that's probably the best part about it, right? Because we all know, especially with boxing, it goes to the judges way too often, and they don't always get it right. Um, but I mean, who's some of your favorite fighters?
yeah.
That's in the game right now,
My
as
favorite,
far as UFC.
my favorite
This,
fighter right now,
yeah,
number one on my
yes, sir.
list right now is my boy. Is my boy Sugar Sean O'Malley. He is my
Yep.
favorite fighter to watch right now. He is. I mean, when I want to watch fight, it's because he is the definition of why I like to watch. I just want to see somebody just fucking throw hands and
Yeah,
I just want to see two guys just throw hands at each other. So if he's gonna come out and just throw hands, that's why I love him. Same reason why I love him. Same reason why I love Taito Abasi.
oh
Um,
yeah, like dude, that guy's a monster,
you
dude.
know, uh, those are my two. But just that and just their personality and the charismatic and
Hmm.
that little not so much cockiness, but just
They're very likable.
yeah, very likable.
They're very
There's
likable.
a very likable like I don't know if I don't know if it's like cocky or confidence, but just it's like a likable like
I mean, they're both really funny.
yeah, they're
Like
really fun.
if you
It's
hear them
like
talk,
fun.
they're
It's
they're
funny,
they're,
It's like
they're
they're being confident and like people. Some people would say, "Oh, they're too cocky," but it's just like, nah, it's funny. Like it's fun to
oh,
watch.
I know
You know
what.
what it is? They bring that WWE like character
Yeah,
to
I feel
them,
it. I feel it.
into the UFC, and that's what it
I
needs
feel it.
because the UFC is,
Crazy.
they're fighting,
Yeah. But
it's
so this is something I also would talk to somebody about, right? Is like when you're a fighter, like I don't feel like you have any you're not able to like how can I put it? You have to have that kind of like cockiness, what people
yeah,
will say, that confidence, right?
yeah,
Because bro, there's like in other sports you're able to be humble,
yeah,
right? You're able to be like, oh, like yeah, I'm having a great game, whatever, boom, boom, boom. Oh no, I don't think I'm one of the best out there.
hmm,
I'm just happy to be, whatever they always say. You always
yeah,
hear that,
yeah,
I'm glad that I could be, named amongst those guys, right? Whatever, right? But as a fighter, bro, like you can't just be going up in the fight like, oh man, I don't know, like this guy's really, really good. Like, like you have to have that confidence that you're going to go in there and you're just going to dominate and you're going to take that guy out.
yeah,
Like there's no in between. Like you can't just be going in there fighting and thinking, I don't know, like he's really, really good, which I feel like there's always that respect, but you have like mindset is such a huge thing that where like you have to go in there and know that, yeah, like I'm the guy. Like like you're gonna go in there and demolish them,
yeah,
right?
pretty much,
Because like it's dangerous if you don't. I feel like
yeah, of course,
it's dangerous if you go in there and you're fighting scared and you're not doing what you normally would do. I feel like that's when you get injured the most. You
yeah,
know,
of course,
so it's completely different than any other sport. Like I don't think there is any room to not be that type of way and have that confidence in anybody like in that you could fight anybody and you're gonna take them out. Like that's how you need to think,
yeah, of course,
you know. So, um, but yeah, to Ivasa, um, O'Malley. I
I'm
mean, one of my favorites. You got to put Matt Holloway in there.
Holloway, yeah,
That's another death.
yeah,
That's another guy that just
Holloway,
enjoys fighting, man. It's
Adesanya,
insane. Adesanya.
yeah,
I mean, that guy's a character.
yeah, yeah,
Branding, all that stuff. Like,
oh,
and I think they do such a good job, especially the UFC with when it's with their fighters and everything like that, as
yeah.
far as branding and
I,
promoting their fighters and stuff like
I
that.
think
And
that's what really drew me to the UFC was just that character, that charismatic, that character. Like like
mhm.
when I think I really got into UFC once McGregor started getting big. Like I
Yeah,
mean, I would always watch it here and there, but once McGregor started getting big and he was, we were talking this shit and
hmm,
being Conor McGregor,
right,
and it was kind of just like, you know what, man, like this is something I can get
for
into,
sure,
and
for
then
sure.
after one fight after another, you start watching all the prelims, and you see Sugar Sean, and you see Tuivasa, and you see Sterling,
Hmm.
and you just see all these fighters
All
that
these
you're,
guys coming up,
yeah,
man.
you're just like,
You
man,
know,
and you're just like, man, these guys are fun to watch fight, and they're kind of like, they give you that McGregor vibe, like
right.
that funny, like I'm talking shit, but I'm gonna be funny while I'm talking shit, kind
Hmm.
of thing. Like, I mean, dude, McGregor lost his last fight, broke his leg, and was fucking already. He was still talking about homeboy's wife was in his DMs, like
Yeah,
it's like
you know.
it's just
But and
funny.
that's yeah, and that's things like I feel like they allow them to be
Oh
themselves.
yeah,
Like and not saying that boxing doesn't, but for whatever reason, I feel like boxing. How can I put this?
I think boxing is more
Boxing,
as like the old school baseball fans, like the very
right,
traditional, like boxing, and then like UFC is like the new school, like baseball, like like
right,
flip your bat, talk your shit,
yeah,
dance when you fucking strike someone out, have some fun while you're doing it,
hmm,
and boxing
right,
is more of like no, like you beat them, like good job, like
right.
that's all you need
I
to
was
do.
I was gonna say, boxing's more like the golf of fighting.
Yeah, yeah, I
It's
guess.
like more classy, I
Yeah,
guess. So, more like, oh, we're gentlemen. We're gonna put your fists up,
yeah,
and like more like UFC is just like, bro, you gotta be a fucking warrior.
yeah. And it's funny
There's
because I feel like in boxing, those guys that have that like kind of like warrior mentality are the guys that usually kind of like thrive a little
Dominate.
bit more and dominate. You know,
Yeah.
look at Canelo, man. I every time I
Yeah.
see that, he's a fucking warrior. Every time he steps in that, you don't give a fuck who you
Hmm.
are. You just you know.
Not only that, but now that he's speaking more English
Oh
and
yeah,
everything,
he does.
I feel like people are more like they're listening to him more, and you're getting more of his personality, right?
Yeah,
Because obviously a lot of people don't speak Spanish or understand Spanish, so like you don't really get his personality all the time.
yeah,
The past, I think, couple 2 3 years, you've been able to kind of see his personality a little bit more. The more that he's able to talk to the media, especially in the United States, um, we don't really get to see that side of him
yeah.
too often,
My guy,
and we're seeing it
my
more.
guy rocked somebody
Oh yeah,
in a press conference, dude. When's the last time you
dude,
seen that? In
it's
boxing, at
been
least. I mean, UFC, you see it
yeah,
quite often.
no,
You
no,
know,
not lately.
but boxing,
Um,
definitely. So wild.
yeah, I mean, but I don't know, man. I just feel like what I feel is people like how people say like baseball is the dying sport. I feel like boxing's dying
Oh,
slowly.
oh, yeah. I feel like for
You
sure. I
know,
think
like yeah, it's still like a probably multi-million, probably close to billion
but there's not
industry
many
dollar
people.
industry,
There's
but
not many people buying pay per views. My dad does not. My dad's a big boxing guy, and he does not buy pay per views. Like,
yeah, I we'll buy so, and this is the thing, right? We'll buy UFC even if it's not like a huge
yeah,
fighter that we know,
yeah,
just because we know that it's going to be entertaining no matter what.
yeah.
Because we're going to see a submission, we're going to see someone get knocked out, it's going to be entertaining. If it's not someone that we really, really want to see, you know, and like even some fights that like were huge fights or were supposed to be huge fights were just duds in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Like one that I go to is like the Timothy Bradley Pacquiao fight,
Yeah. Oh,
right? And that where like Bradley didn't even do anything. Like
yeah,
he barely threw any punches. Pacquiao was doing good all the offense, and he still lost. And
yeah,
so like it's just situations like that where like it makes you not want to watch anymore because
yeah,
you're just like, dude, like why am I gonna watch this?
yeah.
Like, and then the judges are gonna get it wrong, or it's not gonna be a good fight. It's not gonna be entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's why
where
I only me and my dad would just watch the fights that we want to watch.
yeah,
Like if it's free, yeah, we'll watch it. But but as far as like pay per view wise, like we don't. I don't remember the last time my dad paid for an HBO or Showtime pay per
no,
view.
definitely
It's
not.
mostly been just DAZN because Canelo.
Hmm.
You know, but other than
Which
that,
I mean, there's a lot of young, good fighters coming, but I mean, for whatever reason, I don't keep up with boxing as much
no.
as UFC now. Like UFC, I'm watching almost every weekend. Like, I'm watching something. It's just more appealing.
Yeah,
It
I agree.
it's
I agree.
it's more
UFC,
exciting for sure.
it took over
Yeah,
definitely.
which is crazy because I mean, what 10 years ago, it
Oh
was not that way.
no, it was not.
But UFC blew up and it blew up quick, you
Yep,
know. So
and I feel like it's here to stay.
not only that, but like talking about completely different topic, but talking about women and women's sports and everything like that,
Oh
bro, the women be making bank, you know?
yeah.
And like it's funny because I remember watching an interview with I think it was Ronda Rousey, right? And then it was the same time around the scandal with the U.S. women's soccer team,
Yeah.
right? And they weren't getting paid and anything like
Mm-hmm.
that. And Ronda Rousey was like, "Look, I get paid the amount I get paid because I sell tickets and I sell and people will come watch me."
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that just because I'm a girl that they pay me this much. No, it's because I'm bringing in money,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I mean, as far as women's sports, I feel like the UFC probably
Oh
number one when it comes to
Oh,
women.
definitely.
That because I'm looking at MLS, I'm looking at
Just any sport really,
and
like
WNBA,
soccer,
anything. Yeah,
WNBA.
as far as women and women like not just like being a part of it, but excelling. Like you look at some of the women that are in the UFC and they get main events. They're getting and they're like huge UFC fighters.
Yeah,
Like I'm like Gina Carano, like uh Ronda Rousey. You're looking at the Lioness. Now you got Thug Rose. And, you got so many women that I'm like yo, I need to watch her fight.
yeah.
And I don't think you really see that in any other
No,
sports. You
definitely.
know,
Yeah,
so
I agree. Yeah, but
so UFC, man, it's a beautiful thing.
it's beautiful. It's gonna be it's exciting. It's an exciting sport for sure.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get, man. Even with the broken legs,
Yeah,
which
yep. It's
you were
definitely
there,
that.
you were there, you were there for that one. I couldn't watch, dude. Oh,
Yeah, but this weekend should be fun.
oh yeah, I'm excited for this weekend. I'm excited for. I mean, honestly, some of the prelims are probably some of my favorite fights
Yeah.
because those are the people that want it, dude. Like
Oh,
they're coming, yeah.
they want to get on that
Like,
main card.
yeah. Not only that, but that fight of the day check, you know,
Yep.
that's some good extra change for them. So
Yep, I agree. Yep. So, I mean,
it's Saturday, baby.
this Saturday, let us
It's
know what
gonna
you
go
guys think.
on.
Are you a UFC fan? Are you not? Do you think you're gonna maybe get into UFC after hearing us talking about it? Um, and if you do watch, who do you got winning this weekend? Great card, great fights. Um,
It's gonna be
it's
crazy.
gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. It's definitely a good time to get with some friends.
Mhm,
Watch a couple people try to beat each other up.
for sure.
You know. Anything else you got for us, Robbie Ray?
I do have the odds.
The odds. Oh, let's do odds on those main events, and then we'll wrap it up for real.
Um, no surprise here. Alexander is minus 760. Uh, and then plus 25 for Korean Zombie. The one that surprises me is this one. I thought it would be a lot closer, but they're giving Jan minus 475 and Sterling plus 350.
Mm, wow.
So, uh, Sterling is the underdog, but by a larger margin than I thought. I thought it would be more like uh maybe like minus 100, minus 110, plus 100, something like that. Maybe going into the twos, but for him to get, 475, they think that he's a lot bigger underdog than what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Wow.
but we'll see.
Well, we'll see. I mean, that's why they fight, huh? Well, I mean, it should be like we said. It's gonna be fun. Be a fun weekend.
Definitely.
Fun weekend of fights. You know. I'm interested. I'm quite interested now. Well, I was already interested, but I'm
You're,
more.
you're gonna
I'm
you're gonna
more.
make a bet.
I'm more
You're
interested
you're
now.
you're putting some money on Sterling. I know you are.
If I can go to Vegas right now and put some money on that, man, I would definitely would. Hmm.
I know. I'm looking at that 350. They're looking pretty good right now.
Mm.
Might be have to be driving. Might have to take a drive before. Yeah.
Friday day trip back there and back.
Cool. Turn around. Put
Quick
some
little
money
turn,
down.
quick
And,
little turn
yeah,
around. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
Put a couple bucks.
I could do it. I could do it.
Mm.
All right.
All right. This is your boy Master Damie.
This is Robbie Ray.
Adios, muchachos, muchachas.
See ya.